hard to have a conversation about healthy technology use without touching on cyberbullying. This behavior is more than just hurtful comments online. It's a form of harassment that can feel constant, public, and impossible for a young person to escape. It can take many forms, including mean messages, embarrassing photos or videos being shared, exclusion from group chats, spreading rumors, impersonation, or even coordinated attacks. What makes cyberbullying particularly painful is its reach and permanence. Hundreds or even thousands of people can see a harmful post, and screenshots ensure it can live on long after the moment has passed. Kids and teens often experience this alone because they fear that telling a parent or trusted adult will only make things worse. The young person may worry their devices will be taken away, that adults won't understand, or that involving adults might escalate the situation. That's why it's important to pay attention to what their behavior may be communicating. Sudden withdrawal, unusual secrecy with devices, irritability, trouble sleeping, loss of interest in activities, or reluctance to attend school can all be indicators that a young person is struggling with digital conflict or harassment. To open the door for conversation, you can start gently with something like, "I've noticed you seem a little quieter after being on your phone. I might be wrong, but I wanted to check in. Is anything happening online that feels stressful?" Or, "A lot of young people deal with unkind messages or exclusion online at some point. If anything like that ever happens to you, you can tell me. I won't take your phone or get upset." If a young person chooses to share even a little, what you do next can make a meaningful difference. Whether you initiate the conversation or they come to you with their concerns, the most helpful first step is to stay calm, listen without judgment, and validate what the young person is feeling. You might say something like, "I'm really glad you told me. This sounds painful, and you do not have to go through it alone." A steady, supportive response helps lower shame and pave the way for ongoing communication. From there, here are a few steps you can take together. Start with gathering information and evidence. Sit with them. Take screenshots of the messages or posts. Save dates, usernames, and anything that shows what happened. This documentation can be helpful if you need support from the school or the platform. Encourage the young person to avoid responding to the bully. Engaging directly can escalate the situation or create more distress. The focus is on safety, not confrontation. You can then block, mute, or report harmful accounts. Most apps and games have tools to block users and report harassment. Do this with the young person, so they feel like a partner in the process instead of someone who's being managed. You can also review privacy settings together. Look at who can send messages, view posts, or join games. Tightening these settings helps young people feel more in control of their digital space. After the practical steps, turn toward their emotional experience. Ask gentle questions like, "What part of this felt hardest?" Or, "What would help you feel safer right now?" Their feelings matter as much as the digital details. Above all, adults should approach cyberbullying as a shared problem within a challenging digital environment. When young people know that adults will respond with steadiness instead of panic, they are much more likely to come forward early. Your calm presence and willingness to help them navigate the situation can create a sense of safety at a time when they may feel exposed or alone. Sometimes cyberbullying becomes more than a young person can manage on their own. Schools can be important partners, especially when classmates are involved or when the stress is affecting attendance, academics, or a young person's sense of safety. Reaching out to the school might feel intimidating, but it can be simple. You might say, "I wanted to make you aware of something that is affecting my child, and I'd like to work together on how to support them." Share any documentation you have and emphasize collaboration rather than punishment. Many schools have specific policies for addressing cyberbullying, even if the behavior happens outside school hours. If you discover that a young person you know is the one doing the bullying, respond with calm curiosity rather than shame or harsh punishment. Hurtful online behavior often comes from underlying stress, insecurity, peer pressure, or a lack of understanding about the real impact of their actions. Start by saying something like, I want to understand what happened, or help me see what was going on for you in that moment. Then work together to repair harm where possible. Whether that means apologizing, deleting posts, or seeking support from school staff. Use the moment as an opportunity to teach empathy, digital responsibility, and healthier ways to manage big feelings. This approach helps the young person learn accountability without damaging the trust they need to come to you in the future. If the cyberbullying includes threats, stalking, or explicit images, or if it continues despite efforts to block and report, you may need to involve professionals outside the school. This could include a pediatrician or mental health provider, a digital safety specialist or community program, or even local law enforcement. If there are threats of harm or illegal activity, if your child shows signs of anxiety, depression, withdrawal, or talks about not wanting to be here, seek support right away. Contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling or texting 988.